Well, the unsurprising sequel to a positively received horror film, The Conjuring 2, another infamous true story case of the Warrens. It discusses their involvement in what many call the Enfield Poltergeist, which is a badass name. Too bad they didn't go with that as a subtitle. Well, there's another case they discuss in this film, and that's the Amityville house that they mentioned at the end of the first film, and they opened the scene with the top room where the windows are, and I was like, oh shit, the Amityville house, the critically acclaimed movie series. They show us that creepy boy in the house that was a famous picture taken by investigators after the Lutzes left. I have to say, this movie has a lot of weird scenes, and it tends to go more over the top than before, and it succeeds. The scene with Lorraine reenacting Ronald DeFeo's murders to his family is weird. Everything with the Crooked Man is absolute bonkers. I mean, a dog transforms into a demon, which is a great effect, but fuck. It scares the shit out of Ed, too. The Nun is another key demon in this movie and will be made into a spin-off along with the Crooked Man, not counting the atrocious Crooked Man movie where it looked like Jeepers Creepers' younger brother was looking for fame himself and failed miserably. Wow. But there are very intense scenes involving that demon too, like when she shows Lorraine Ed's death, which was what she saw during the exorcism that kept her in her room for 8 days, and that just spreads the love and care they have for one another and what motivated Lorraine to never leave Ed's sight when it comes to them solving deadly cases together. And Ed is still worried it will happen again, and I don't blame him. He tries to prevent it from happening by telling her to help this new family in England and encourage her, and God is there to help Lorraine prevent Ed's death. So Ed and Lorraine are still a great duo that carry the film. The England family, the Hodgsons, are another big part of the film, and like the Parent family, we root for them too. They're also pretty funny.
What's up? Billy? Shut up, Peter. Lesbo. What? Are you talking about your mum? Thank you, Camilla. Get biscuits.
Did you not just hear me? I talked to Mrs. Moore on the telephone. How can you stand there and lie to me like that?
I'm not lying.
Yes, she is. It's all over the school. She was smoking, Camilla.
Shut up. You were such a liar, Johnny. Mum, you...
Have you two been playing with this? Taking turns scaring the wits out of each other? No wonder I can't get a good night's sleep. No, I don't want to hear another word. Now get back to bed, the lot of you!
Good laughs for big horror hype. Even though this film tends to go more over the top than the first, it does have great scenes, of course, not the truly horror scary scenes. I'm talking about the ones with Lorraine and Ed sharing stories with the daughter of Peggy Hodgson, Janet. Lorraine shares a story with her on the swing saying that she saw an angel while visiting her mother in the hospital, and it's a strong scene that starts a strong bond. Losing friends, being an outcast are discussed, and when Ed talks to Janet while fixing the sink, he discusses that he saw a monster under his bed and told his father, who didn't believe him. He just gave him a cross and told him that the monster better leave.
Or God was gonna kick its butt.
The scenes with Janet, Ed, and Lorraine are a strong suit of the film for me. They care deeply about her and go to the ends of the earth to help her, especially towards the end when Ed is nearly killed and he sort of breaks that promise to Lorraine and goes at it alone. She's still in constant fear of what might happen, and Ed tells her that he loves her in case anything happens to him. What a lovely couple. Ed also loses his cool when he and Lorraine are on a talk show, and some dickwad is arguing that they're just phonies, and Ed kinda gets ticked off about that.
Be careful who you call a liar.
What are you gonna do about it?
Now listen, I swear, when I first saw this, I thought he was gonna say fatso. Like, what are you gonna do about it, fatso? I would've lost it. Like, bitch, I'll fight you in front of all these people and beat your ass. That would've been great. Oh, so great. Anyway, what the hell? Okay, alright, yeah, okay. The demon of the movie, aside from the Nun and the Crooked Man, like The Amazing Spider-Man 2 with too many villains, is a guy named Bill Wilkins, who's basically a whiny baby because a family is living in his house and he's like, it's my house, no, it's my house. Kinda like Michael Myers, if someone moves into his house, they're his family, which is kinda stupid, and he kills them because he don't like that. Ed could whoop Bill in a fight, I bet money. Even though this movie is off the walls and gets insane towards the end with the nun and Ed trying all he can to save Janet and Lorraine exorcising the nun from existence, most of the scenes I like are not even the ones most people would talk about. I love the scene where Ed sings Elvis to the Hodgson family and they sing along with him. It's just a nice happy scene. Seeing Lorraine smile like that makes us smile too. And hearing them sing beautifully. Especially at the end where Janet says that she's got two people who can change everything, and Ed gives her the cross necklace that kept him safe since he was a kid, and finally, Ed and Lorraine Warren dancing to Elvis. I like the first Conjuring better, but this one just makes me smile a whole lot more than the first, mainly because of the bond. But don't get me wrong, the horror stuff is neat too, I just thought it went a little bit too over the edge. The scene where Ed talks to Bill and stays in that one shot the entire time while Janet forms into Bill while the grain of the shot is blurry. The scene where Janet is upside down and the crosses turn into anti-crosses, and actually hearing the real recording of Janet Bill, whatever, during the credits is neat, which makes this sequel to The Conjuring neat. Many strong scenes, many happy ones, many weird ones, and this should be put in anyone's horror marathon too. Sucks that Brad wasn't in this one, the guy with the awesome mustache in the first film, and Drew was only in the beginning. Hopefully the third one will be just as good, making it a good trilogy. Until then, may the Lord be with you, and if there's a monster in your bed, just tell it God will kick its butt. Or call Ed, cause he would've whooped that guy's ass on TV and probably whooped Bill's too, I'll bet money.
If you don't mind me asking, is your ex-husband still in the picture?
No.
I'm sorry to hear that. Any chance of reconciliation?
He had twins with a woman from round the corner.
So I'm gonna take that as a no.